Welcome to the Self-Assessment and Tutorial Observation Tool presentation. This training is intended to provide you with instruction in the use of some tools to transform your tutorial sessions. In the handouts you will find the Tutorial Assessment Form, Tutorial Observation and Feedback Tool, and Tutorial Process Observation Checklist. Self-assessment is always a good place to start. To begin to use the self-assessment tool, you really need to take 10 or 15 minutes and thoroughly reflect on each area. During this session, we will briefly review the tool. I do want to highlight that it is recommended that you wait to mark anything in the last column selected as focus area until you have enough information to make an appropriate decision. The tutorial self-assessment is an introspective tool used to evaluate how you can create rigor in your tutorials. The form is 2 pages, which are broken into topical areas: general, teachers, tutors, student presenters, and group members. The directions for using this tool are provided on the document. Initially, as you use this form, only indicate on the right what is evident, partially evident, or not evident in your current tutorials. We will address the last column later in the session. As this tool is titled, it is for self-assessment. We will be exploring other tools for creating rigor in tutorials during this training. Remember, we will return to this tool at the end of the session for you to see how you should complete the last column selected as focus area. This training is intended to provide you with tools for creating rigor in your tutorial sessions to increase student achievement in academic classes. Now on to the next tool for your toolbox. It is the Tutorial Observation and Feedback Tool. The document allows you to collect data that will be beneficial for creating the rigor students need for success. This tool is a non-evaluative tool. As you will see, the 4-page document is great to use for Essential 8 evidence. There are 2 pages that can be used to help you set your tutorial expectations for all your tutorial participants. And the final page has space for feedback and debrief notes. Page 1. Wow! A 1-pager that provides evidence for 4 indicators in Essential 8. This is awesome, but more importantly, it's an easy way to collect evidence. Notice that the form is divided in 3 sections. And each section has areas for the observer to check while visiting the classroom. Again, I want to remind you that it is a non-evaluative tool. Let's take a closer look. You will notice this document can be used at multiple times of the school year. Be sure the form is dated and you have filled out the details at the top of the page. This top box is used when an observer is in the classroom before a tutorial session. Indicator 1 is the focus area. Is the room set up to facilitate collaboration, accessible to resources with seating around a large whiteboard? Are students familiar with the tutorial process? The observer might even add a note that the tutorial process poster is prominently displayed in the room. I hope you're beginning to see how this tool can be valuable to the Avid elective teacher as well as the coordinator and district director. On to the next box, which is full of places to document when and how students are receiving support and what is happening during the tutorial. This section is about the details of the process and the use of the tutorial request form, the TRF. Encourage the observer to not only check the boxes, but make notes where appropriate. Every bit of information helps. And finally, the last box of page 1. It's about the elective teacher and the tutors. How many tutors are there, and who are they? The observer may need to ask about the tutors, especially if the tutors are college or cross-age and the process is being followed closely. Note the check boxes for tutor training and the student-tutor ratio box. Of course, there's also a box to check that the teacher has tutorology training. You might consider putting the training year of the teacher observed. It may come in handy if you are asked about that teacher at an ISS or a CSS visit. Now for the next 2 pages, which are chock full of easy checkbox sections about the participants during the tutorial. The thing I want you to pay close attention to is the continuum at the top of the page. It starts with not avid and progresses to the goal of collaborative. This page focuses on the teacher and the tutors. The responsibilities are well defined and the continuum is easy to use. As we progress to the next page, you will notice that the student presenter and the group members are the focus. The format is the same with well-defined responsibilities and an easy-to-use continuum. Remember, the goal is to be collaborative as a tutorial participant. The checkboxes provide great tools for evaluation and reflection for all members of the tutorial. The final page is for after the tutorial. There's space for the observer to record highlights of the visit. These notes, along with information from the previous pages, will guide the visit debrief. Last thing to document are your next steps. Think about how you can incorporate the tutorial observation and feedback tool for coaching. Coaching students, tutors, elective teachers, site team members, and coaching administrators. How important is it that they all have a deep understanding of the tutorial process and how integral tutorial sessions are to the AVID elective curriculum? Ultimately, you need to decide how and when you might use this particular tool. This next tool is adapted from the tool we just explored. It's a quick reference that can be used for objective feedback. As you can see, the checkbox format is the same for your documentation. So, I asked the same questions about this tool as I did about the last. How might you use it for coaching? How and when might you even use the tool? Do you use it with other tools? Use it instead of the other tools? Or is it to be used after or with the other tools to provide another form of documentation for Essential 8? That's for you to decide. Wow, we're finally back at the self-assessment tool. You really want to process all the information before you complete the final column titled Selected as Focus Area. When you do come back to the self-assessment, only select 3 areas to concentrate on refining for the semester or school year. I hope as you use this tool and the others in this training, you will find them beneficial in helping you create rigor in your tutorial sessions. Please contact your coordinator, district director, or AVID Center concerning your needs or your wants for supporting students to academic success. We sincerely thank you for participating and look forward to serving you as you serve the students of your school and district.